To Omnibros Live. That's right, Omnibros Live, where you get all the most important collected edition news on the internet because I said so. And I'm Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault, welcoming my co-host, Baldy Twin 2 from baldytwin.com. How's it going?
Hey, Jess, how's it going?
Good, good. And Geekin' Weekdom, how's it going down there?
Doing pretty well. Thank you so much. Happy to be here on this fine Thursday evening. I don't even know what date it is anymore, but I'm just happy to be here with you guys. So, yeah.
You know, my wife actually got me a clock that tells me the day of the week.
That's actually
retired. I don't know what day of the week it is.
It's 2 days. Cool. It's 2 days from my birthday, Gio.
True.
Happy birthday to Baldy and Geekdom.
Fun fact, Gio and I actually share the same birthday. We didn't know that when we first started this show.
Yep. Different ages, but same birth date.
Are you the same age?
No. I'm older for how much? 2 years? 3 years? Something like that?
I'm gonna be 31.
I'm gonna be 33.
There you go.
So there you go. Use this information, but there it is.
Kids. Well, tonight we're going to concentrate on Creator Spotlight, and that creator is Geoff Johns. And good evening, Omnibros. Good evening to Joe Chip. Thank you for saying good evening. Howdy, Aaron. Sup to Omar.
Hey, guys.
Hello to Nathaniel's Experience.
I read that as good evening.
Awesome.
I will.
Gio put on his ranker hat. Oh, to rank things?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll get it.
Yeah, I love ranking things. Omar Reyes, is irredeemable at Amazon? Can you get it at Amazon? Irredeemable? And I am doing the fantasy video. I've got all the books for the fantasy video, and it's almost ready to go. I just have to do a write-up on them, and then we'll be ready to go. Good evening to Paolo. And Gabe says, "Hey, dickheads." That's Richard Head to you. Yeah, double check Amazon, Omar. So we'll talk about our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can. Oh wait, I'll wait till Gio gets back because he has all kinds of special effects for InStockTrades.com.
Where'd Gio go?
There it is. Right. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Mr. Awesome, yes, I did snag that Emma Frost box set. Thank you for asking. At the end of every month, IST is kind enough to give us a $50 gift card to give away to viewers like you at the end of every month. So that'll be next week. Let's see, loyalty discounts, $50 or more in an order, which is easy to do when you keep having Omnigeddon and Omnigeddon Part 2 electric potato chip. We get these things like every week now. It's easy to go over $50, and it's important to know that because with that, you get free shipping in the United States. That is incredible, especially with a book like this. This thing weighs, I swear, 10 pounds, and I got it free shipping. So, and I'm supposed to do an overview for it for the channel, our channel, Omnibros, and I kind of haven't done it yet. So that reminds me I need to do it. The IST gift card giveaway is going to be next Monday, the 28th. Next Monday, the 28th. I want to get 200 people for watching that show.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's in stocktrades.com. Now, I have a piece of advice for all of you out there, including myself, because I even got a question today on my Instagram about people waiting for their orders at In-Stock Trades. First, let me tell you that we don't actually work for In-Stock Trades. They're just nice enough to sponsor us, but from my experience, you will get your books.
If you email Omar 1,000 times where they're at.
Yeah. Email Omar at near mint condition. So all you have to do is be patient because they're getting slammed there every week. Not only are there tons of books coming out, but there are tons of new collectors, it seems, and tons of people have time on their hands to read all these collected editions. Now, that's good. That means it's a healthy market, which is good for us, good for them, good for our show, things like that. But it means they're overwhelmed. And if you've ever worked in a business and you're so overwhelmed you can hardly keep up, it's hard to hire new people when you're barely keeping your head above water, just filling orders. So it's possible they haven't been able to hire new people. This is simply my speculation. They haven't been able to hire new people yet to help them catch up. I'm sure that's a priority. But if you've been waiting a month and your order still hasn't been picked and scanned, I'm in the same boat. I have the same issue. I've been waiting a month. And you know what I've been doing? Reading my other books. I've been reading my other books. It's going to get done. IST is a professional company. They've been in business a long time. They've got great customer service, and you'll get your books. You just need to be patient. And I know it can be frustrating, and I know it can be awkward to be waiting for these things, and it puts you in the position of having to write them emails and stuff. I promise you, you're going to get your books. They will come. I'm in the same position. So it's not like they send me my books extra fast. I wish. I have something that's, what is this, the September 23rd or something? I have something that's since the beginning of September. It hasn't been shipped. It's okay. It's going to get here. They'll do their best. And that's the way it goes. So that was my 2 cents.
Well said. Very well said.
Oh, well, thanks.
On top of that, we also have to pimp out the Patreon that we got, patreon.com/Omnibros Live, where for $1 a month, we have the tip jar where you get to help a brother out and you get to tip us, and it kind of helps keep the lights on for the show and helps for the StreamYard expenses and things like that we have to pay every year. It does help out. We also have the $5 tier, which is the Campfire tier. So
also known as the Weenie Roast.
The Weenie Roast. With the Campfire tier, which is, you guys just had it last Saturday. I couldn't make it at the time. But the Campfire tier is basically where you guys in a private Zoom meeting get to hang out with us, get to ask us just about anything, and we'll talk to you personally. It's pretty cool. I was on the first one. I didn't get to make it to the last one, but Jess, you were on the second one, weren't you? Or was it Gio and Gabe?
It was me and Ryley and Gabe, and Gabe's internet went out like 3 minutes in. And so it's me and Ryley telling stories of when I visited him in Austin, and I found pictures on my phone. So we talked about how we went to the candy store and each got haircuts and visited the toy museum, the interactive toy museum where we played arcade games for hours. So yeah, but we didn't. I thought they would ask us more questions, like I don't know, personal questions, sex questions. I don't know what I was thinking of, but they were they were just happy to hear us talk. So
what the heck happens on that campfire?
I don't know. It's, you see the questions I get in here from like what's his name? That about like that.
There's Selma.
What
Selma Hayek, the unofficial mascot of the Omnibros.
What movie is that from?
I have no idea actually.
I
Gabe
don't
should
care.
know.
I can't think of his name. Johnny Smuckers. What's up, Joe Goose?
Hey, Joe Goose.
I can't think of his name. Anyway, he was the one that he talked about how I had a drink thrown in my face by my girlfriend because I was sitting at the bar with another girl. I thought those would be like the questions, like, "Hey, tell us about this girl and how it felt to be crawling on the floor with bourbon in your eyes or gin and tonic or whatever I was drinking that night." But no, they were just happy listening to us talk. So you could do whatever you want on that Patreon.
All right. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Austin's right. Anytime I see Selma, I do get a little befuddled.
Oh, Selma's beautiful. She's still beautiful.
She sure is.
She's still beautiful, man. I still remember her from Dusk Till Dawn days. Oh my god! As a kid watching that, wow.
What's that movie? What's that? Is that
Dusk Till Dawn?
Ah,
she plays a vampire in that movie, and I didn't care.
I remember seeing that movie, but I don't remember cluing into her.
That's when they go to the titty twister.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was that a Quentin Tarantino film?
Robert Rodriguez. Tarantino's in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not a great actor.
Oh, Quentin Tarantino?
No.
There's Mr. Body Massage. Hey.
Jess is lost after seeing boobies.
It's true. Wait, why is that funny that I asked what movie?
For research purposes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as a kid in my formative years, From Dusk Till Dawn was a very inspiring movie for me, especially that scene.
Desperado.
Oh.
I feel like I've seen Desperado. That's with Antonio Banderas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's the mariachi trilogy. It's
Yeah.
It's El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
I need to see. I've only seen Desperado, so I need to see the others.
Desperado's good. El Mariachi's good. Once Upon a Time in Mexico, it's okay. I thought it was okay. It's fun.
Okay.
It's good for what it was.
No, I'm not going to do a top 10 booby books video.
Well, you can do it for the campfire. You can do a top 10 list in the campfire.
That's a good idea. Okay, for the next campfire, I will have. I'll get them together. Top 10 books that Omar has to come to my house after I die and get rid of before my wife finds them. I will unseal that box and bring it in. There's also Crossed, and all my issues of Crossed are in that box too.
Oh wow! Yeah, you burn those.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't going to display those. Welcome, Flo Mofo.
What's up, man?
I love that. I love that name.
Are we ready to talk about Geoff Johns?
Ready when you are.
You done talking about Selma?
I'm never done talking about Selma, but that's the problem.
Yeah, I think that. Where would you like to start with Geoff Johns? Has he ever? Wait, he's done what? The Avengers for Marvel? Is that right?
I believe he started with the Avengers at Marvel, and I think that was his only work there. I want to say I could be wrong.
Was a short run. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really short, and it wasn't. From what I've heard, it's not that great. But that was when he cut his teeth. He he studied at a film school, and he actually was the apprentice of who directed the first Superman movie? Why am I blanking on his name right now?
Richard Donner?
He was the
Donner?
apprentice of Richard Donner. Yeah, for a while, for a few
Wow.
years. Yeah, for a few years he was his apprentice. And he ended up kind of breaking into comics through Marvel from what I remember. And then from there he went on to do JSA with James Robinson for a little bit. Or did he do?
Said he did all the post Busiek stuff, and he did the Thing miniseries.
Okay, so he did a few other things.
Okay.
So if you want to start with either his Teen Titans or his JSA, we could start with that. I believe those two were like around the same time.
I don't have any of his Teen Titans to show, but you can certainly talk about it.
I've only read a little bit of his Teen Titans. I only read a couple of issues. I thought it was okay. I didn't care for it too much. For me, what really hooked me was his JSA stuff that he was writing with James Robinson. And James Robinson at the time was no slouch. This was, I want to say, early to mid 2000s, I want to say. And it's good. It's really good. It was James Robinson, and I think David Goyer was writing on that too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Yeah, David Goyer.
Yeah. It was really good. And it kind of reintroduced the JSA to a new generation of readers. And the thing is that Geoff Johns doesn't start out as the whole sole writer in that series until about a few issues in. But once he really takes over the reins of it, he does a lot of great work in that book. It is such a fun series. I absolutely love that series. I love the fact that he does a lot of cool things with Black Adam. Specifically, he makes Black Adam a member of the JSA, and he gives a backstory to Black Adam that's really interesting, and he makes him very complex. The biggest thing about the JSA is that Geoff Johns just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding the roster. Power Girl shows up at one point. What's his name? It's Dr. Midnight is like a prominent character in there. It's incredible all the stuff that he really does in that run. And it's a long run. He's in there for a really long time. Yeah. And what you're seeing right now is not even close to the full roster that he eventually expands it to.
Yeah. So there is this is just book one. And of course I loved it because I grew up loving the JSA, JLA crossovers, so I knew a lot of JSA characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved seeing them in capable hands again.
I love what he does with Legacy, as far as like the legacy of the characters and passing down the mantle, specifically with the Flash, because he does a lot of cool things with Jay Garrett, who is probably the third best Flash, the first being Wally West. And
Barry Allen,
It's Wally West, Jess.
That's right.
Barry hasn't done anything since like the 80s.
Wally West is an imposter, and he killed a bunch of people in freaking Heroes in Crisis.
We don't address Heroes in Crisis.
Oh, you conveniently forget it, dude.
Oh, yes. We don't talk about Heroes in Crisis on this show.
I think this is the most important thing. JSA really brought all these quote unquote forgotten heroes to a new generation of readers. I think that's the biggest takeaway from JSA, in my opinion.
It really is, because it made them really relevant and really cool, because those old JSA characters, for the most part, before Johns and Robinson came out, they were like, those are kind of the older characters. Really, there's not too much to talk about them. They're not really that interesting, you know. And really, he established them in a modern context, and he really played around, like I mentioned, with the idea of legacy. What does it mean to pass down your powers? What does it mean to be somebody that you're getting older in your age and you've got this new generation coming up? How do you train the new generation? And that's really what I dug about that series, for the most part.
Yeah. I don't have the JSA Omnis with me, but I do have the trades, the old school trades for Teen Titans, because I know you guys didn't mention it, but this is one of my favorite covers of all time. I love this, and I went into Teen Titans not knowing anything back in the day, and it's very reader friendly, but I would say 90% reader friendly because there are a lot of elements that involve previous stuff from old school DC where I was a little bit lost. So I wouldn't say it's 100% noob friendly, but it's still a fantastic run. Just really cool stuff right there.
Can I just say it warms my heart to see how many people are defending Wally in the chat right now as the best Flash. Thank you guys.
It's only Jesse Christian 52 times.
Wait. Nah. I love you, chat, but I'm going to ignore that Wally West stuff. I'm just highlighting Teen Titans, the art at least. I never got the Omnibus, but then again, I'm comfortable with trades. So, yeah.
There are dozens of us, Jess. Dozens.
I bet there's a GIF in there in that control panel that has that. I never knew.
Let me look for it.
God bless Joshua Williamson. God bless him so much. Thank you.
Was it? I haven't gotten that part in Flash yet.
That makes sense to me. The hell was Tom King thinking with that shit?
I think it was editorial goofing around with it.
I don't know. Yeah, Johns really did a lot of work with Hawkman in that run. Hawkman and Hawkgirl, especially their relationship about how they kept basically being reborn, falling in love, and then dying all over again in that cycle and how much damage that could do. It was really fun.
In JSA?
Huh?
In JSA?
Yes, in JSA.
Oh, I thought you were going to start talking about his Hawkman run.
Oh, yeah. I actually have not read his Hawkman run.
I haven't either. I lost the hard to find Omnibus in the flood, and I got these complete collection things, and I haven't read them. I heard they were really good, but I haven't read them. So nobody here's read them?
No, I haven't.
I think Ryley has.
Probably.
Well, it looks good. It must be good. It's Geoff Johns, right?
How is it that you pronounce that metal? Nth metal? Nth metal?
I've always just said nth.
Nth?
Yeah. I always say nth, but that's just
nth. I think that's also acceptable.
I'm sure somebody in the chat.
There are dozens of us. He never nudes.
Wally is a grown man, Jess, with children.
Kid Flash has kids.
Kid Flash has kids.
Does anyone know how this Hawkman holds up to Venditti's?
Well, I've read Venditti's, but I haven't read this. Venditti's is really, really good. I've heard good things about this one. I've read 2 of the 3 that have been released so far of Hawkman by Venditti. They're really good. Really, really good. Like, I'm keeping them and rereading them. That's how good they are.
Classic Jess, he bought Hawkman, so it means it's good.
That's right. I bought this, so it means it's good.
I still want that on a t-shirt. I bought it, so it means it's good.
I don't buy any crap. I just buy good stuff. Felix knows.
What's the deal? Everybody, okay, pause real quick. Sidebar. Everybody keeps talking about Incorruptible. What happened?
It's getting released next week. There was a mistake that it was getting released this week.
Okay, because everybody's talking about it in the chat right now.
Everything's about ordering books now. I don't remember. I mean, the Omnibus collectors page and now our chat, all anybody's talking about is buying books from IST and when they're going to get them and what they're getting and everything. It's crazy.
It's buying season, I guess. Well, we're coming up to the holidays.
And I feel like it's been like this for a while.
Has it?
Yeah. I know what I can talk about.
What you got, man?
I bought it and I read it.
Ooh.
Geoff Johns and Gary Frank. These are two of the best Batman books I have ever read.
They're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They're very good.
My gosh. First of all, there's Harvey Dent.
Bullock. That's Bullock, I think. Where's that Dent? No, that's
Oh, no, you're right. It's Harvey Bullock.
It's Bullock, yeah.
I apologize. No, I mean, I really did read this. And it's the early retelling of Batman, and it's amazing. Taylor Brown and I read every single Earth One book, and by far this was the best one, in my opinion. Not only is it the best Earth One book, but I think these are two of the best Batman books ever. And I've been reading a lot of Batman, so I think I am entitled to say that. Ooh, Batman levels a dude.
That's Gary Finch on art, right?
Gary Frank.
Gary Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had some letters right in that name.
I know.
But this is amazing. This is volume 1, and here he is in volume 2. I think Taylor and I both agreed that we were just wowed by these two books. Geoff Johns is really who needs to be the next Batman writer.
It's really good stuff, and for those of you that have never read it, it's it's in its own continuity, and it's basically following Batman in his first few years being Batman. And it's really cool because you picture Batman as being this slick detective. He never does anything wrong. He's always on top of his game. He's not that here yet. He frequently messes up. He kind of slips and he stumbles sometimes when he's jumping from a roof. They add little touches like that are really cool. I love what they do with Alfred in this series.
Yeah. Which a lot of live action properties have taken from that book when it comes to Alfred.
Right. It makes sense because Alfred is a former military man, so why would he not be pro-gun? It kind of makes sense that he would be like, no, you're going to get yourself killed. Please use a gun, wear better body armor. I'm looking out for you. You need to protect yourself if you're going to do this. I love those little touches that they gave him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which then other shows have since kind of co-opted from that. I think Gotham had a badass Alfred as well.
He was good. I liked Gotham. I watched one season of Gotham, and his Alfred was really good.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah. It's one of those ideas where it's like, wow, yeah, he was a military surgeon. It would make sense that he would be pro-gun. And then he'd be like, no, you need to wear a gun around you. It's something that's so simple and it's right there, but I can't believe I don't remember anybody else touching on that.
Yeah. So all those books take place on Earth 1, which is an alternate Earth to the main one.
Yeah.
I love some of the villains that they do. The work they do with some of the villains, and the big reveal at the end of Volume 1 that messes up Harvey Bullock so much that you see the ramifications of it in the second volume was really cool. It was a really awesome thing.
Let's just hope that Volume 3 comes out soon.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
I think they said this year.
I doubt it. I wish it would come this year, but I doubt it.
Plus, the art is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous art in that series.
Yeah. I got after Taylor and I did reviews, and I said that this was my favorite Batman. I got a mean comment that I'm saving for my next mean comments
Ooh,
with
those are the best.
Omar. The guy said, "If you think that's the best Batman, you ain't read enough Batman."
Oh, come on. Did he really
What a-
say that? Did that comment really happen? That's
It did happen, yeah. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, best comments that are bad that I want to save for the episodes,
yeah.
they're so bad that I don't think I think Taylor and I took one down, and we forgot to take a screenshot of it, and we
Yeah.
lost it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I couldn't leave it up. It got not too personal. It used too many body parts in it.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
I don't take it too seriously, but I do remember it all.
So I'm looking here on Geoff Johns' wiki page, and I'm just going to name some of his books from DC, and you guys can tell me a little bit about him because there's a lot. We could be here all night talking about Geoff Johns' material.
Yeah, he's been doing well.
The guy worked on Stars and Stripe. He did issues for Impulse. He did issues for JSA, obviously, Teen Titans, Hawkman, Superman.
We could talk about that Superman that he did with Richard Donner, which is fucking great.
Here's Secret Identity that he did with Gary Frank.
Yeah. So that and the one he did with Richard Donner. If you're a fan of that Richard Donner movie, that's basically a continuation of that film in its own way. Like that, you just look at the art he did with that Richard Donner series. What was the name of it? I forgot the name of it off the top of my head.
I forgot too.
But I think it was mostly just Superman and Action Comics where he worked.
It's that Richard Donner, Geoff Johns run is basically that's Christopher Reeves. The art is Christopher Reeves in that series.
Yeah.
And it is so well written and so well drawn.
I really like the fight with Brainiac. I love that story arc. That was great. Let's see. We talked about Hawkman. We did Batman.
Secret Origin. If I said Secret Identity, I apologize. This is Secret Origin.
That's what it is. It's Last Son is the one he did with Richard Donner. It's so good, guys. If you want a Superman story and you don't need any background on Superman and you really love the Christopher Reeve films, you need to pick that up. It's an easy buy. It's so goddamn good.
And it's getting a deluxe edition next year, if I remember correctly. I don't know if it's this year or the Superman stuff. It's only missing a few issues that were not done by Geoff Johns, but it's supposed to have almost everything in like oversized format. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Rick. Last Son is getting a deluxe edition either this year or early next year. Yeah.
Should get an absolute. It's that good for me.
Yeah, I couldn't put my hands right on it. I know that I have it. Okay, so great Superman runs by Geoff Johns. Okay, Secret Origin, not Secret Identity, because Secret Identity is the greatest Superman book ever written, and that's by Kurt Busiek. Okay.
Secret Identity is so good. We could do a Superman episode one day.
I think we have, but it was like 4 years ago. So
we should do another one.
It was like a focus on Superman, and Ryley was in it. It was when there was just the three of us.
Oh man, so that must have been like one of the first episodes.
Yeah. I will always do a focus on Superman. That'd be great. Let's do that 2 weeks from now.
I'm good with that.
Or let's kick Otaku Bros off the air next week and do it next week.
Hey, if you want, I don't mind.
Come on, stand up and fight for your show.
No, it's all right. I can't fight against you guys.
Justice League?
Justice League New 52.
52.
A lot of people were hyped. I remember when Flashpoint ended and it was announced that Geoff Johns, Jim Lee, Justice League, get excited. Everybody was hyped up. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, it was a success. I loved that run.
I also love that run.
Yeah.
That was Jim Lee just firing on all cylinders for that run. It was beautifully drawn.
Yeah. I feel like they had excellent artists for every part of Justice League. I mean, they weren't all Jim Lee caliber, but I mean, they were all really good artists.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's great.
That's boss.
That's fantastic.
Jim Lee does my favorite looking Aquaman, and it's in that book. I love it.
Oh, this particular book?
Yeah. It's a mix of old school 90s and new 52 stuff. I loved it.
I see some Aquaman.
Issue 4 should be the one. It has a very iconic cover. He's on the cover for it.
Oh, well, the covers are in the back of the damn book.
Oh, I'm sorry. Stupid DC. Come on.
Here he is with fighting somebody's doing something. Here's right there.
It's Darkseid.
Oh, there's Darkseid. I saw Cyborg and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Yeah, it's Darkseid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
got the classic costume. It's got the scruffy beard. So it's a mix of Peter David and New 52.
Fortunately, he doesn't have that stupid hook hand.
I like it, but I prefer him with both his hands. So
yeah. I dig the hook hand, but only because of the Justice League animated series.
Yeah, definitely.
Gio, you'll be happy to know that I got in disc 3. That was the first one to come in of Brave and Bold.
Oh, you bought it?
I got the first 3 discs. They were like $5 each.
Ooh, nice. On
the Blu-rays. They were cheap.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
That is such a fun series.
You are going to love it. Every single episode. It's so much fun. It's the perfect DC animated series for you. Trust me, you're gonna love it. It's awesome. So ridiculous and funny. I love it.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah. So aside from Justice League, we also have the big elephant in the room when it comes to Geoff Johns, and that is, of course, Green Lantern.
Oh, he did a little book called Green Lantern. No big deal.
Probably, arguably, his biggest legacy when it comes to DC Comics, in my honest opinion.
Oh, it's his magnum opus. It's his magnum opus. It's the thing he's going to be most remembered for when he's done on this earth, and it's going to be the book that basically it's going to stand the test of time for Geoff Johns.
I mean, he's the one that introduced the emotional spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's an amazing thing just right there. That he introduced the emotional spectrum. And that led to all kinds of places. There's Zatanna. Yay.
Yeah. He started it out with Green Lantern Rebirth, which was, I want to say it was like a 4 or 5 part series. Where he brought back Hal Jordan, which, if you don't know, Hal Jordan went a little bit crazy during the 90s, and he kind of killed the town.
I hated that. I hated that.
Things happen. You become possessed by an intergalactic being. You blow up a few towns, and shit happens. Shit happens in life.
Stupid. Hated
it. So shit happens in life. And Hal Jordan is actually not even my favorite Green Lantern. I'm a Guy Gardner kind of guy.
It would be Hal Jordan, and you know it.
Yeah, I'm also a Jordan fan.
So yeah, he comes in and basically he brings back Hal Jordan. He uses the Spectre to do it, which was fucking awesome in Rebirth.
Ooh,
And his big contribution is everything is Darwin Cook's art on that. Oh my god, beautiful.
yeah.
Everything leads up to the first arc leading up to the Sinestro Corps War, which was at the time fucking amazing. I still remember when that was coming out and everybody was freaking the hell out like, holy shit, this Sinestro Corps War is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Because he changes a lot. He changes a lot of the mythology. He adds a lot of stuff. And the big thing is during the Sinestro Corps War, Green Lantern cannot kill. That's been the rule for a long time. They are not able to kill. And the big climax of the Sinestro Corps War is the council. They get together and they're like, look, we are losing this fight. We are really fucking losing this fight. We have to give them an advantage. And they let them pull the trigger and they go, all right, you guys are now able to use lethal force like a real police force. And they just unleash holy ass whooping on the Sinestro Corps War. It's such a great moment.
It really is.
And I will always remember it. And the ultimate climax of that is they all get together and they go, we lost this, didn't we? Because this is exactly what Sinestro wanted. And you see Sinestro just kind of laughing in the prison cell because that's exactly what he wanted.
It was epic though when they got the go ahead to kill. I mean, that was a major moment in Green Lantern history.
Yeah. It also the run itself, I was in Core or if it was in John's Green Lantern run. I believe it was in John's run. One of my favorite Sinestro moments where Sinestro goes, it looks like you need a charge, and he drops the fucking power battery on top of the guy who's taken over his home planet. I squealed like a little girl during that moment. I was like, it was such a great moment, man. There's so many, and the thing is, there are so many memorable moments just from that early part of the run before he even hits Brightest Day. One of my favorite moments is during Blackest Night with Aquaman. I love that big reveal with Aquaman.
Yep. That was great. So, plus the run had some interesting stories with, you mentioned Blackest Night and yeah, Brightest Day is not the best material, but it's still fun in my opinion.
I think so too. I've always thought it was fun.
Yeah, it's not as great as Blackest Night, and people like to compare the two, but I enjoyed it, and it was his first time exploring with the mythos of Aquaman, which is always great, and it sort of was the prototype to what he would eventually do and create with the New 52, which I am forever thankful because he rescued that character from obscurity after not so great runs in the 2000s.
Would that be this character?
The best DC Comics character in existence. Hell yeah.
Well, let me go get a Spectre book for you real quick, and we'll talk about that.
As kind of a side note, while Jess does that, if you read his Green Lantern run, you need to pick up his Green Lantern Corps, the Green Lantern Corps side story.
Oh, look at that. I mean, Ivan Reyes just
beautiful,
firing in all cylinders. It's his best work, in my opinion. That run just, it's so good. It's so accessible. It's simple. It's nothing too complex, but it does so much for Aquaman as a character, as a hero. And everybody got introduced to Mira and how awesome she is. Look at that. She's the best. And the introducing new elements like the trench monsters, and exploring the kingdom of Atlantis and the social political stuff that goes on there. I mean, it was Johns is able to take characters that you like and breathe new elements to it. Rebooting, but it's still the characters that you love, but with a whole new element to it. I don't know.
This made me interested in Aquaman again.
Yeah, and I know the chat's already annoyed that I didn't say Batman. I don't care. Aquaman's better for me.
Why do it look like the chat is agreeing with you? Oh, that book didn't say Batman, Gio. That's the only guy.
No, it's just I really like the character, and I appreciate the fact that he's a man of two worlds, and he's always trying to find balance in his life and sort of control the world's the storm around him with superhero stuff, racist Atlanteans trying to invade or the land dwellers, racist Earthlings trying to bombard Atlantis. So he's stuck right in the middle, and he's a diplomat with superpowers, basically.
Ooh, here's badass mirror right here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she can hold her own, and I was so happy when she got that miniseries. I think she could get a longer running series than just 6 issues when Rebirth came around.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll take what I can get.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Kite Man, hell yeah.
That book didn't say Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
By the way, congrats, Jess. You're getting a season 3.
Season 3, hell yeah.
I'm so happy they gave that show another season.
Oh, me too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're doing the right stuff on the TV end.
I like this question.
Gio, was there one particular book that made you realize that Aquaman was your favorite? Peter David. I grew up reading random comics, and one of those happened to be Peter David's Aquaman. I've always had a fascination for the animal kingdom, whether it's the oceans or jungles or whatever it may be, regular animals. But the fact that you had basically this underwater Superman-like character swimming around and exploring the ocean and all the animals and stuff really attracted me to the title, and I was hooked. Plus, he had the hook, the long hair, and he was just very macho. I'm gonna kick your butt, and he just looked badass. It was a perfect combination. I've always been kind of weird with my taste in comics, so I'd love Peter David's run, and then I dropped out of comics. I started reading comics again because of the New 52, and it just so happens that they rebooted Aquaman at the right time for me to realize, oh yeah, I forgot I'd love that character, and it, the New 52 run made me love the book even more.
Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't read this run. I have not read this run yet because it's got the fake Flash. But it's supposed to be good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Well, tell us a little bit about it, Lou.
It's got Wally West. What is there to say? It's fantastic.
Boring.
No, I love what he does with this Flash run, specifically with the Yellow Flash, which I'm really exhausted today, so I apologize. The Reverse Flash,
Okay.
he really incorporates a lot of the family aspect of Wally West, and it all culminates into a massive fight that is just awesome between him and the Reverse Flash, where the consequences of it, when you reach the end of the, I believe, second omnibus, it hits hard after the realization of what actually happened and what he did. I also like the fact that he plays around with a lot of the Rogues Gallery. He makes the Rogues Gallery genuinely really fun, and he makes them really cool adversaries for the Flash to play around with. Fucking Mirror Master. He makes Mirror Master threatening in this book, and it's actually really cool what he does. I love this run. It was really one of my first toe dipping into the Flash. And to be honest, I still hold it in high regard. I wasn't too keen when he brought back Barry because Barry.
Because it's great.
And I honestly, I love what he did with Wally West. In a way, it's interesting because throughout that whole run, Wally is always saying, man, I want to be better than Barry. It's always, he's kind of living in Barry's shadow throughout that run. And eventually he breaks out of it, and he really does become his own Flash, especially when you start getting towards the end of it when he faces the Reverse Flash. I dug the hell out of this. I think it's one of his best runs, and if for whatever reason you haven't picked this up, you do owe it to yourself to check this one out.
Did they? I don't know if you guys watched the Flash TV show at all. I watched like the first 4 seasons. Did they?
I stopped at season 2.
Season 2, okay.
Yeah.
Did they take a lot of elements from Geoff Johns' book
I think so.
and put it into the show?
I've only seen a few episodes, and it's Professor Zoom. Sorry, guys. I've only seen a few episodes, and with Johns being on that show as kind of one of the writers and one of the executives and stuff like that, I think they do crib a lot from it, from what I've heard, but I don't remember too much of it. Like I said, I only saw the first few episodes of the first season because I just don't have the time to sit through 24 episode seasons like that. I don't know who does.
Also, super chat alert.
Thank you.
Led, thank you so much, buddy. Yo, Omnibros, I missed the last campfire. Heard it was great. I'll try to be on the next one to meet everyone in person. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really means a lot, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's really that introduction of Professor Zoom, and once that huge fight happens towards the end, I want to say, of the second hardcover original fake omnibuses that they put out a long time ago, that's when it really hits the fan and it really gets amazing.
I gotta read this.
It's great. You'll love this. I loved it.
Wait. Hold up. I'm not too well versed into the Flash mythos. Is that really a villain?
Cicada?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
He's only evil every 17 years.
And he chirps very loudly. Is there really?
Maybe he's his neighbor, and he's just really annoying.
Cicada.
I stopped at season 2 of Flash because I just couldn't take it anymore. It was silly. I didn't like it because I remember in the show, Barry was very annoying when it came to his secret identity, and he didn't want certain people to find out. Yet he had a whole football team of people that knew who the hell he was. And then when they introduced Patty from the New 52, he's like, no, I cannot have you finding out who I am. Bitch, really? You have like a whole squad of teammates who knows who you are. But don't give me that. And I dropped it. I couldn't take that CW drama nonsense.
Yeah, I'm with Lou. After 4 seasons, I just like 24 episodes. That was a lot. It's hard enough for me to just watch. I finally saw that movie, the Greg Rucka movie on
Old Guard.
What is it? Old Guard. Yeah, I finally saw that. And that took like 3 months for me to finally see. I just can't. I don't know that I have the time anymore to sit down to a whole season of those CW shows, as much as they have all these great characters that I love. Especially Constantine. I want to see him. If he's on there, I really want to see that.
I was gonna say, I think if they do Constantine, it'll just be Hellblazer, and it'll probably be an HBO Max series if they want to do it right.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, I just cut TV as a whole. I only watch anime and movies. I just stick to reading. I ain't got time for 22 episode seasons.
Yeah. Dude, what? We don't talk about Flash beyond season 2. I thought he said New 52.
Yeah. CW short. Yeah, the concept, the idea behind them, fantastic. I love that they exist, but there's such a freaking chore. No, thank you.
I think if they just put the seasons down to 12 episodes, far more managed.
Yeah. Speaking of manageable, we have not mentioned when it comes to Geoff Johns his event books like Infinite Crisis.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Doomsday Clock.
Oh, let's go ahead with Doomsday Clock. Let's rewind what I just said. What about Doomsday Clock? I know you had some strong opinions on that book.
I kept it because I want to give it another reread.
Yeah.
I want to give it a reread. I did keep it. Taylor Brown liked this book more than I did. And the fact that he and I have pretty similar taste. So I want to give this another read. Maybe I just wasn't in a good mood. I didn't have enough drugs in me, something. I don't know. But I feel like if he really liked it and I just didn't, it didn't click for me. So I feel like I want to try it again. And I don't know. Here it is.
At least the art is pretty.
Yeah, Gary Frank's great.
Jesse says, not his best event, but it's okay. I really like the art.
That's probably about how I would sum that up too. Yeah, I'll read it again in another year or so and see what I think.
Yeah. That's cool. I like the art. That's fine. So, Infinite Crisis. And I think he worked on another event that I'm probably missing.
Not
But
Heroes and Crisis. That's for sure.
He did one. He did the mini series on Final Crisis, the Rogue's Revenge, and the Legion stuff. But Infinite Crisis, you know, it was such an epic event. That was like the definition for me about having a kick-ass event involving the whole line of books. I love that so much. I love that storyline. And the fact that you had to get all the tie-ins and everything, that was a blast.
Tie-ins that made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jesse says Blackest Night is his best event. Probably. I just like Infinite Crisis because I am a fan of the whole multiverse and alternate realities.
That is his opinion. Infinite Crisis is his best event in your world. His opinion.
No, but I do like Blackest Night. I think it's
I
good
do
too.
too. I had it bound. You will be seeing it this coming Sunday on the collector bound edition
Nice.
episode.
I'd give Blackest Night my favorite of his events. I absolutely adored Blackest Night.
He also did Forever Evil, which I really loved, a New 52. David Finch was amazing in that event. I loved his art.
I dug 52. I know a lot of people in the chat are saying I really dug all those issues where it was Wade, Morrison, and Johns writing a book every week, and they would alternate for a year. It was really cool what they did with Booster Gold.
That's a pretty big effort on those guys' part to writing like that.
And to take that gamble of not featuring Superman, Wonder Woman, or Batman, and just relying on B and C listers that nobody cared for, and you still had a great time writing those characters.
Yep, I feel like the DC of today would never do that.
Oh no!
Oh no way!
You want to do what? No Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman? Get the fuck out of my office!
No way! No way!
I feel like the head of Warner Brothers would be pushing that button Mr. Burns has with the dogs underneath his desk. Oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, perhaps I misjudged it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Rucka was on 52 as well. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was a fucking powerhouse group writing that series, man. Holy shit! When you think about it. Greg Rucka, Geoff Johns, Mark Waid, and oh my god. Wow. And Grant Morrison, all on one series. Every single week, you're getting one of those guys putting on an issue for a year. That's insane to think about. And this was them at the top of their game.
Yep. By the way, speaking of Geoff Johns, Jess, do you have Olympus, his humanoids book?
Olympus.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to read that, but I don't know if it's good or not.
No, I don't have it. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
It was a graphic novel from 2005, and I saw it recently, but I never picked it up, and I kind of want to check it out.
It's still in print?
I think so. Let me use the Googles for a minute. I don't have a lot of humanoids books, but that one intrigued me.
What I did love, and I still haven't read the new ongoing of it, was his Shazam, the miniseries, the Shazam that he in the backups of I forgot what issues. I think it was his Justice League for New 52. That Shazam stuff was really good. It was fun.
Yeah,
he did
was great.
Great job on the New 52 Shazam.
He did the same thing that he did with Aquaman and just streamlined that hero for newer audiences.
Yeah.
And basically was the whole blueprint for the movie. So
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. Let me share my screen. Chrome tab. Share. That's the book I'm talking about. Olympus. Legendary monsters know where to run. In this high-octane adventure, chaos is unleashed when a group of brash archaeology students and a team of ruthless mercenaries are shipwrecked together on the legendary Mount Olympus, a mountainous island populated by the deadliest monsters known to Greek mythology. I don't know. I want to check it out. I love Greek mythology, and seeing Geoff Johns in there intrigued me.
For those of you who are interested in this book, from InStockTrades.com, know that if you order it, it's going to set back your whole order a month. Because there's no way that's in the warehouse right now.
Yeah. They would put everything on hold to try and get that book. That's why sometimes the orders get delayed, because it's an old book. Exactly. They have to dig through so much that happens.
So just be aware. Buy the book. Go ahead. I'm gonna, because it sounds good. It's Geoff Johns. I love IST, but just be aware that that's going to be a white circle on your order thing for 3 weeks.
Oh man. Let's see if we can make that happen. And at only $9.
$9?
Yeah.
I don't have enough on my wish list to get it up to 50.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with a humanoids book for $10.
And speaking of InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off, loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Olympus, the humanoids book by Geoff Johns, is on sale there for like $9. That's practically free. That's right. Buy. At the end of every month, InStock Trades is kind enough to give us a $50 gift card to give away to a lucky viewer like you. And that'll be next week. Next Monday on the Halls, Reads, and Previews show that we'll be giving away a gift card from IST. And $50 or more worth of books, that gets you free shipping in the United States, which is amazing. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Nice.
Nice job, Jess.
Lovely. So to summarize the whole thing, what do we think about what makes Geoff Johns so prolific in today's comic book world?
Prolific or really good?
Or both, yeah. What makes him stand out that we decided to do a spotlight on such a powerful creator or famous creator, I should say?
That is a good question. Why is he such a good writer, in other words? What makes him so good?
I think it's he's a great idea guy, and it's also in his execution. he is able to really think about these concepts that are really just obvious and in your face, and a lot of people probably haven't thought about them. One of them being, of course, the color spectrum for the Green Lantern Corps. And he executed it, and it was awesome to the point where people are still cribbing off of that Green Lantern run that from years ago. People are still using concepts and stuff from it.
Yeah, his ideas work. Yeah.
I think for me, sorry to intrude, for me it would be his love for the source material, and that he thinks outside the box, where other creators just want to follow certain beats. I think he goes around it and tries to do different things to excite the reader, and that has created memorable runs as a result.
Yeah, and he doesn't just do I mean, as shown by Flash and Green Lantern and JSA, he can keep it up for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
A long time. JSA is a long series for him to be writing. So he's consistently good.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good question about what you put your finger on. I don't know. You guys both said good stuff. I'm trying to think if I could add anything to it.
Jesse says he makes me want to dive into the older comics and makes the characters worth investing in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's a comment from Rick Nelson. FYI, there's a Zatanna young adult book coming out, Zatanna, the Jewel of Gravesend.
Thanks, Rick. I'm going to be doing my young adult video over the weekend. I just reread Zatanna and the House of Secrets. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything else we can talk about? What else are we missing something that he wrote?
He did some independent work. Let me pull up the list again.
Actually, I gotta get going because I gotta hit the hay pretty soon. I gotta be up at 5:30.
Okay. Well, to summarize the whole thing before we leave, he also worked on Top Cow with Witchblade. He did a one-shot for BPRD, the Night Train storyline. He worked at Aspen and Wildstorm. So just bits and pieces all over the place. But mostly his work is heavily in the DC Comics world.
Oh, and Lars Gunderson is saying Olympus is not worth buying. What?
Oh, boy. Well, I don't know. I still want to check it out just for the subject matter.
Okay.
And I mean,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say for $9, I got nothing to lose. We'll see.
Lou, where can they find you on the electronic box?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter, and you can find me at Comics Guide 101 on YouTube.
And Week in Geekdom?
You can find my channel at Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, manga, all that fun stuff. Subscribe if you can. That's a Week in Geekdom.
And you can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube and on Instagram, Omnidogs_Vault, where I am highlighting Batgirl this week. That's right. Ooh. On Instagram. So, thanks to our chat, which was 90% Jesse Christian. Thank you to InStock Trades for their support. We love them like crazy. Thanks to everybody watching this afterwards, and peace and love. Peace and love. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.